All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 30. Welcome to our finale episode of our Tassi Farms Dairy Empire gameplay series. I am the Ultra Farmer, and this will be the last time that we do an episode on Tassi Farms. We're going to close everything up today. We've got a pile of work to do before that ends. We've got to sell off all of our cheese. We got to get all the cattle sold off. We got to make sure all the slurry is out of the production facilities, all the milk is out of the production facilities. Basically, everything needs to be wrapped up this episode. So, let's get right into it. Let's get into episode 30 and let's get this series wrapped up. Okay, so the first thing I'm kind of going to start doing here, because we have a bunch of it to move around, is going to be the slurry. So, kind of at the peak of everything, our barn is 100% full. All the animals are at 100% health. Let's just go check real quick. Just want to kind of see the average of all of the ages. So yeah, the youngest is 13 months, which is still pretty crazy to be honest. Yeah, 13 months is there. I think our oldest is 50 months. Geez, some of these cows are a little bit old. No big deal. Okay. Yeah, so we got to get the slurry moved around kind of first and foremost. There's 540,000 liters of slurry. So I'm going to start filling this tank right now. And let's jump over and let's start filling the milk. There's 320,000 liters of milk. So this is all, both with the milk and the slurry, that is the absolute most we've ever produced in a single month. So from going from August into September, that is the most we've ever done, which is, it's just great for the final episode. I'm glad we hit our max. This we need to fill up with silage because I'm going to go dump it into the cow barn. I guess I don't even really have to, but I'm going to anyways. I'm going to do all the chores as if we had to do them normally. 540,000 liters of slurry is insane. Okay, so production facility 2 has no slurry in it, or number 1, there's a little bit of methane. That's fine though. That's crazy. I can't believe how much slurry cattle produce. I mean, really, at the end of all of this, I know we have crazy amounts of cattle and stuff, but you could make like a pretty decent amount of money on a farm if you had like 1,000 head of cattle. Even probably like 5 to 600, you could make some pretty decent money with the cheese and stuff each year. Sorry, dairy cows. Um, you could make a pretty or turn a pretty good penny. That's for sure. Let's go take a look at all of our dairy production facilities. So I have never mind. I got 93,000 liters in number 1, 32,000 in number 2, 3 has a 160, and 4 has nothing. So let's go dump some into number 4. That's going to be the one that we go to first. Yeah, we got silage going in there. Okay, this is full. Let's go dump this into the production facility. It doesn't matter which one, so I'll just start with number 1. Or actually, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll just go in this first one here, and then we'll kind of just split the difference for the rest of them. Let's grab this milk, and we'll dump this milk into number 4. And then we'll come back and we'll just check the barn, and we should start selling off some of the cattle because we're not going to need any more cattle. We might as well sell it off. I guess dumping the silage into the barn doesn't really matter, but we might as well get it put into the barn for the next farmer that comes along, because we're going to try and sell this farm and yeah, hopefully make some good money from them. Not too sure how long it'll be on the market for, but we might as well give whoever's buying it a full barn full of silage, hay, and straw, or whatever we got. Let's jump over to, this is empty. Let's go fill it up again. That's crazy. It's kind of crazy how far this farm came. I really liked doing this series. This is one of my favorite series. I think the Hard Times Hog Farm one is my favorite so far. Maybe. I don't know if anything will ever top the first series I ever did in No Man's Land on FS22. If you haven't watched it, like you'd have to go back, and not that these episodes are anything spectacular, but that was my first kind of crack at making a gameplay series. But it was a 50-part series. We did 50 episodes, and literally started from nothing. I think I started with 5 grand in the bank. I think that's what it was, and we had this really old, beat up farm, one plot of land that was completely dead, and we like built up the whole kind of city of no man's land. We had like a used tractor dealership there, or used equipment dealership. We had everything, gas stations. We put in a bank. Like we did everything. And the farm that we ended up creating in the end was massive. It was truly massive, and it revolved around sheep and cotton, and we were doing a bunch of fabric and clothing and stuff. And then we were also doing sunflowers, doing sunflower oil, and we had massive fields, really crazy massive fields, huge equipment, the biggest equipment I could get, like big 700 horse tractors, huge auger wagons. I had a mod for the biggest, it's actually the biggest planter in the world. Like it's a real planter, like the John Deere. I think it's a 48 row planter. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it's like 100 feet wide or 120 feet wide, something nuts. And that's what we would use to plant all of our sunflowers. It was a pretty cool, pretty fun series, that's for sure. And yeah, it was 50 episodes. That was the first one I did. But back to the original point, I really love Tassi Farms. Like Tassi Farms was one of the best ones for sure. Now, another thing I can't forget to do is, well, let's go dump this in, and then we'll kind of go in and look at all of our production facilities. We got to set all of the production facilities to sell, because I want them to sell off all the cheese tonight, or whatever, as we sleep through. Oh, wait. I gotta go into the next one. Yeah, I gotta set everything to selling so that we can work through probably everything. We'll have to do 2 months of it. I'm imagining. We'll have to get into October, work through a bunch of the like the milk and the cheese and all that stuff and the slurry, and then we'll probably have to do one more month to kind of do the final push out of everything out of the production facilities. So I know number 4, which one had the least? I think it was number 2. Yeah, number 2 had 30,000 liters in it. So let's go dump some in there. I want to spread this out pretty evenly. I'm thinking if we dump about 60,000 liters. Well, no, we'll just dump it all in here. It doesn't really matter. If we got to run a couple months to get everything like pushed through, we will. It's not that big a deal. Um, so this production facility has 207. That one has 190. Gonna be a lot of slurry though. A lot of slurry. Can't believe how much slurry we got. That's unreal. So let's go do this. Once we get kind of the slurry and stuff all sorted out, I guess I could pull that trailer around and we'll put whatever we got for hay into the barn as well. Let's just jump out. How much hay do we got in there? Oh yeah, we got lots. So let's bring this tractor around to the other fermenting silo. And we'll get what's left of hay out of there. I think there's like 116,000 liters-ish. Whoa, back up. 116, yeah. I still haven't checked to see how much money we're going to make off the cheese. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. We'll just leave it as it'll just be a surprise. Like, I don't really know. I have no clue. I'm thinking it'll be around 2 million to 2.5 million. Or maybe it'll be 3. I don't know. We put a lot of milk into these production facilities, and I had to put down a 4th one. So, yeah, that's like easily the most milk we've ever had, and the most, yeah, easily the most. And we didn't do anything in sour cream this last year, which sour cream was kind of a bust. Not really, I guess. Like it was all right, but cheese was where it was at. I wonder if you could make actually more money from bottled milk, because you get like double the amount almost. Like if you put in 1,000 liters of milk, you get like 2,000 liters of bottled milk. So like you can like effectively double your yield. All right, let's go in and let's sell off. I'm gonna sell off all the cattle, which will take. It's actually gonna take a minute here. So maybe I'll just do it quick and then I'll bring you back because this is gonna take a bit of me just button mashing real quick. So I'm going to sell off all the cattle. So we have 4,693,521. Maybe I'm going to write that down, and then we'll know exactly what we got after. I guess I could just go check 5, 2, 1. Okay. Let me sell all these cattle off, and then I'll bring you back in just 1 sec, and we'll kind of keep going with chores. Okay, we are back. We made $2.634 million from selling off all those cattle. We officially have 0 cows in the barn, even though it's full, basically full of food and some mineral feed and all that stuff. Like I said, the next farmer that takes it over, it'll be just kind of turnkey. They can come in here, they can take this farm, and off they go. Let's jump into here for the slurry. Geez, the final tally of this farm of the money that we made probably be over 10 million bucks, or we'll have over 10 million. If we sold off all the equipment and stuff, we definitely would. Definitely would. So I'll put half in here. So we'll put 70,000 liters in this one, and we'll put 70,000 liters in the other one, and then that should be good. Let's dump the rest of the slurry in here. Another thing that we got to do is we got to take all the wheat off to sell. So I'm gonna end up renting. I'll rent another big one of the B train trailers, and we'll take that in, and we'll go sell that off. I don't know exactly. I don't want to go in the time-saving stock check, or we could just go into this guy, and then let's go down to wheat. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, we're like in okay. Maybe we'll wait and sell it in October just for one more month of why not? And if we got to push the production facilities into November, we'll wait one more month, and then might as well try and sell it for the max value that we can, just so their final tally of the farm is as much as possible. Okay, so let's park this unit right here. And the next thing we got to do is we got to go into all of our production facilities, and we got to set all of our cheese to selling. So that's going to go to selling. All that's already at selling. That'll be at selling. Sell. Sell. And the rest of this, we don't have any grass in here, so nothing should be happening in there. We don't have any grass in here. So those production facilities should just be good. This is going to be the first month where we're not actually doing it. The Britter's barn is officially empty. Okay. We're going to push it through. So we got 7,327,525 bucks, or 29 bucks. I'm going to push through into October, and we'll see exactly how much we make from our cheese on our final cheese, or maybe almost final cheese sale. We might have to do one more again to push everything through into November, but I'll bring you guys back in 1 sec, and we will see the final tally. Make some guesses in the chat. Or in the comment section. I'll give you some time right now. What do you think we make? 3 million bucks from cheese, 2.8, 3.2. What are the guesses? All right, sleeping in 3, 2, 1, and we're back. 5.5 million big ones. That's what we made, not just from cheese, I don't think. Like, obviously, that's going to be a little bit from the slurry and such as well. Let's go check. It's telling us we have no cheese. We have pig food. That's right. I accidentally bought pig food. Right on. We can't sell that anywhere. That's just staying with the farm. We've got wheat at 62,000 liters. Let's go into the finances. 5.3 million, and then like another 200 and some thousand. I don't know. We probably made around 5 million bucks just from the cheese, and then maybe like 500,000 or something like that from the slurry and stuff. So probably about 5 million bucks from cheese, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. Sold animals. Yeah, that's right. We sold all those animals. I was just looking to see what else we kind of got on the books there. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so let's go check our production facilities. We still have 43,000 liters of milk in number 1, 102,000 in number 2, 110 in number 3, and 150 in number 4. So we still kind of got to do a whole... We got to push through. Might have to push through 2 more months to get all of that stuff sold off. So like in the end, we'll probably make quite a bit more cash from all that cheese, which is absolutely wild. Like 5 million bucks from cheese. That's crazy. Well, I mean, like we had 2,000 head of cattle. Like I guess it's not that crazy considering the farm that we put together and all that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push us through into November. and then we're gonna grab a. I'll push it through into November, and then we'll see what comes through just for the last amount of cheese and stuff that's got to get sold out of there. And I'm gonna go pick up a trailer so that we can haul in all of that wheat and yeah. So I'll kind of bring you back in. If not November, I'll do it in December because I might just push through the cheese the next 2 months just to kind of get it done with, and then we can take that wheat in to sell off. All right, I'm just pulling back into the farm here. I went and got us a trailer, and I've pushed through a couple months to get the last bit of milk worked through our production facilities, and then sold off his cheese. So we're almost at 14 million bucks, which is unreal. We're gonna just fill up these trailers. Oh god, what's going on here? Let's go like that. I want to open the. I'm gonna fill this up with wheat. There we go. And we'll go kind of check and just see exactly. Let's go into our finances here. So the last couple months, yeah, 260. We did another, this was the big one. Then into October, then another 400, 260, and then last kind of 50 grand a little bit there just to get that bit done off. Is it gonna? It's weird. Every other cover is you push N on the keyboard, but like this one you have to push Z for some reason. Very weird. So yeah, we got to take this wheat off to be sold. I don't know exactly how much money we're going to get for this wheat. Probably nothing too crazy to write home about. I mean, in the scheme of things, right? Like, no, we're not going to make 5 million bucks off it. That's for sure. But we'll go get all this stuff sold off just to kind of finish it off. I wish I could sell the pig food that I accidentally bought, but you know, wish in one hand, as they say. Wish in one hand. Is this? There's 1,000 liters left in there. Okay. All right. There. Excuse me. There we go. Let's cover that up and let's head down to the store. We'll drop this wheat off and then I'll just leave the trailer. We'll park that trailer right down there for them, and then we got to bring the truck back up to the farm. But not too bad. It is a beautiful January morning here in Tassi Farms. Our grass fields are actually looking pretty good. They definitely need to be cut, but I think I've cut those fields enough, and I'm not dealing with that outhouse. We made it through 30 episodes of not dealing with that outhouse, and I think we're going to continue on with that trend. I didn't really check again to see how much cash we'll get for this wheat. Maybe I'll set the cruise control here, try not to run into anything. Oh, it's loaded in the trailer, so it's not going to tell us. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to figure it out when we get down to the store. We could kind of figure it out if we go like this. Nope. Probably running into something. You know what? I don't even care. We'll figure it out when we get to the store. I was gonna go look at the price of wheat. I don't really know what it is per 1,000 liter. Can't really remember. It's probably nothing too crazy. I bet we'll get like 40,000 bucks, maybe 30,000 bucks, maybe. Maybe. Let's see here. Try not to run into that lady. We gotta go like that. Okay, so that front tank is gonna dump, and then I think it should just prompt us to dump that second tank as well. Let's see here what we get off that one. What did that say? That was 14,000 for that first one. There we go. I knew I had to just button mash there. I couldn't remember what it was, but yeah, you stay on that same, like in the top left hand corner. You can pick which part of the trailer you're like connected to, but then you have to push U on your keyboard to like switch between the two compartments. So if I pull up, dump that wheat out of the main, and then I'll have to push U on my keyboard to switch it to that secondary tank within the back pup of this B train. I wasn't even paying attention to how much money we got off that other tank. Another 14 grand off that one. And we're gonna get basically nothing off this, but so let's go into the finances. What does it tell us? Harvest income. There we go. 45,000 bucks. Not too bad. That's basically what I guessed. So that's good. Let's spin this guy around and go like that. And we could just leave that sitting right there for the crew. I'm sure they'll know exactly what to do with that. Let's go into our garage. We'll go into the rented stuff and we will return that. And return that. And there we go, folks. That is basically it. The final tally of Tassi Farms. I mean, if we sold all the equipment and stuff, which I'm not going to do, I'm not going to sit and go through and sell all the equipment. I am going to kind of go around the farm and just make sure everything's parked away nice, somewhat organized and such. We'll keep as much as we can in the barns or under a covered shed. I'll kind of go through and, like I said, just clean it all up. But I'm not going to go through and sell all the equipment. That's fine, we don't have to. We sold off all the cattle, we sold off all the cheese. There should be no slurry. Yep, there's no slurry in that one. No slurry in that one. We should have sold basically everything. 14 million bucks. Not too bad. We made about 10 million bucks because we were over, well, not quite, like 9.5 million. Because we were at 4 million, 4.6 when we started this episode. So yeah, 9.4, 9.5 million bucks-ish. After selling everything, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's pretty crazy that we built this farm up from, you know, basically nothing in a sense. We did a lot of contracts in the beginning, which was a little bit mind-numbing, but it is what it is. Do what you gotta do, right? We do what we got to do. Okay, so let's back this trailer. I'm just going to back this up a little bit here, kind of straighten it out, and we could probably jump out of that. What else do we got over here? We got to park this truck. We'll park that in the kind of in the covered spot as well. I should have enough room to swing in here. Geez, we built quite an operation here. Could have had a trucking company at this rate. Those trucks were pretty cool. Yeah, these trucks were pretty cool. Not too bad. Okay, let's go jump into some of these tractors and get a few things pulled around. What I want to do is I'm going to leave this trailer. Maybe what I'll do with this trailer is I'll park it in front of our slurry tanker here. If I could snake her in there. Oh yeah. Right there, I'll be just fine, I reckon. And I'm going to take this tractor. I think I'm going to try and put this tractor somewhat in the barn over here. If there's a spot. I'm hoping there's a spot right beside the combine. Get her backed right in there. Shut her down and park that one. This tractor and trailer can stay sitting right in there. I'm going to leave this tank right there, right at the slurry trigger. We'll park this tractor in the barn as well. Thinking something like this. Park that guy, and I'll leave this tank right there, right at the milk trigger. Maybe we'll fuel this tractor up for good luck. Why not, right? Why not? Let's tab around. Yeah, this tractor can just stay right in here with this trailer. Let's park that guy. I didn't fuel up any of the other ones, but that's okay. There's a little bit of fuel in this tanker, or in this slip tank for whomever comes next. And I'm thinking we'll probably be able to sneak this in kind of right by the cultivators. And beside the John Deere tractor is what I'm thinking. Something just like that. Yeah, we'll run into it even a little bit there too. Okay, folks, there it is. There's the fleet kind of parked away. This is it. This is the final moments of Tassi Farms. Unbelievable. I'm pretty proud of this farm that we built. It really was not much in the beginning, and we ended up with quite the operation here. All these production facilities for the cheese, these back-to-back fermenting silos, this massive barn, and the Eye of the Sahara right there, the reshot structure of the Tassi farms, and then both these slurry production facilities. This massive field that was such a pain to work in the beginning. And these fields did us pretty not too bad. So let's go jump in the truck here. Let's fire it up. And it is time. It is time to depart from this fine land. Just like we got here, we'll leave in our truck. 14 million bucks, not too bad. I'm pretty happy with this series. I'm gonna keep this map. Maybe one day in the future, I won't delete this map. Maybe we'll come back and we'll do like a reunion tour, maybe for like a mini 3 or 5 part series or something like that. If that's something you guys would want to see in the future, maybe we'll do it at like Christmas time or something. We'll come do some mini series back at Tassie Farms. Like I said, I'll keep the game save. I won't delete it or anything. And you know, thanks so much for everybody for watching this series. I appreciate it like always. Thank you to everybody who hit that sub, who hit that like button, who left me comments, who helped me out with like weird little things. Shout out to Britters and Susie B for being the only two ladies that watch this channel at the time of recording this. Shout out to Load and Brucey, all the boys in the comment section. It was a fun series, everyone. I appreciate it like always. If you like this series, or if maybe you're just somehow popping in here right now, go back and watch the supercuts. I'm gonna put the supercut out for the last 10 episodes. As soon as I get around to it, it just takes a bit to edit those together. It takes some time to render it, but again, thank you guys so much for watching and being with me on this series. I truly appreciate it. I hope everyone has a good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever it is that they're watching this, and I will see you guys on the next gameplay series. Make sure and smash that notification bell because I've got a new series kind of flanged up and ready to go, and I can't wait to dive into it. So, thanks again, everybody. Have a great one. 14 million bucks. We did pretty good.